Hello and welcome back to Loud Creations. Today I'm doing another backyard brew, and before I get into it, I just want to give a little background into this mead. This is a lemon balm mead, which is actually the first mead I ever made. I made my own recipe this time. I had found one online and tried it a couple years ago. And this is actually what got me into mead making. It started out with a patch of lemon balm in my backyard. And I was like, I have a bunch of different herbs and stuff growing back here. I didn't know anything about them. So I decided to look up different uses for lemon balm. That's where I started. And that's how I found a mead recipe. And then I remembered, oh my gosh, I love mead. It had been probably, I don't know. It had been a while since I had mead. So I went ahead and made my first batch, which of course is now gone. I wish I had held on to a bottle, but I didn't. And so I'm back now to do another lemon balm mead. I've put lemon balm in some of my other meads for this channel so far, but this one I tried to do mostly just lemon balm. I did end up, as you can see, there's 2 gallons here. So I made 2 gallons because I have, turns out if you start clipping the lemon balm, it grows back and spreads even faster. It's in the mint family, so it's kind of like a weed, and it just self-propagates all over the yard. So I have a ton of lemon balm. And so I made 2 gallons, and I am going to get into how I did that. And then at the end, I'll just talk about some of the medicinal uses for lemon balm. And that's about it. Let's get into it. The ingredients for this recipe include a huge bunch of lemon balm clipped from my backyard that I then chopped up, 2 lemons, some Go Firm, 71B yeast, and 2 black tea bags. So how did I do this? Well, it's pretty much the same as how I do most of my meads. I started out by boiling a gallon of water, and while that was set to boil, I went ahead and chopped up my lemon balm, just did it roughly. I didn't like pulverize it or anything. And then I sliced up my 2 lemons after washing them thoroughly, and I put all of those into a mesh bag. And once the water was boiling, I went ahead and popped those into the water and put the lid on and let that steep for a total of 15 to 20 minutes. About 5 to 10 minutes before that time was up, I also added my 2 black tea bags just to get that tannin in there, and covered the lid again. And once the time was up, I squeezed out the bags, took out the tea bags, and I went ahead and added 6 pounds of raw honey from Costco. My bee lady didn't have enough honey for me yet this year, so I'm still waiting on my local honey. But anyway, back to what I was doing. What am I talking about? Wait, where am I? I lost my place. Okay. So once the honey was in there, I stirred it up until it was fully dissolved, and then I took a couple of cups out. So I used 2 separate cups because I did 2 gallons. And I put a half teaspoon of Go Firm in each of those cups and about a cup of the honey tea liquid. And I set that aside. And while the Go Firm was getting going, I went ahead and I poured half of the honey tea mixture, I went ahead and I poured the honey tea mixture into these 2 carboys. And I tried to do it as evenly as possible. And once the Go Firm slurry was cooled to body temperature, I pitched my yeast. I just used 1 packet and split it between the 2 cups. Set that aside to let the little yeasties wake up and get used to the environment. And then I added cool water to fill up the carboys to 1 gallon. I filled them up to about the shoulders of the carboy. And once everything was body temperature in the carboys, I went ahead and pitched my yeast slurries into each of the carboys, gave it a good stir, shake it around, get a lot of oxygen in there, something that is recommended to create a good environment for your yeast. So I forgot to mention that before, but I stirred it up, I shook it up, poured it in, gave it a swish, shook it again. So it was very, very much mixed. And what am I getting at here? So once that was done, I did my usual gravity reading. I took a gravity reading for each of the 1 gallon because I knew there'd be a slight difference and I was curious. So one of them, I can't read this. So one of them had a starting gravity of 1.094 and the other was 1.092. So they were pretty close. And it has been, I want to say, wow, it's been almost a month and a half since I started this mead. So after the first week of fermentation, I had a little bit of dried lavender left and I didn't have anything else to do with it. So I popped it into this carboy right here and I just let that steep in there for another few days. Might have been a week. I don't know, but it wasn't very much lavender. It was under a 1/4 cup, I'd say. And I put that in there. And then once fermentation looked like it was done, I went ahead and racked these into the carboys that they're in currently. And because I put the lavender in there loose, I lost quite a bit of the liquid for this one. So there's a lot of headspace here and we'll see if that impacts the flavor. So it'll be kind of a taste test. I mean, the lavender is going to change it a little anyway, but anyway, I'm trying to just go with it and not worry about it. And that's pretty much it for my lemon balm mead. So one will be lemon balm, just lemon balm, lemon. And this is lemon balm, lemon lavender. So triple L and double L mead. And I'm very excited about these. I'm going to get back into my schedule that I had when I first started the channel, going more on the moon cycle just to keep me on a regular cycle. I kind of have gone wild with making all kinds of mead and kind of lost track of my rhythm. So I'm going to get this, I'm going to let sit for probably about 6 months. My plan is to back sweeten them to taste and pasteurize them. And then, yeah, I'm just going to let them age and then I'll bottle them. And I will be back with a tasting for these in probably about 6 months. Let's say 5 months, because a month's already gone by and I have a hard time waiting. But I will include my back sweetening and talk about the pasteurization process and do the tasting all in the next video for these. So I just wanted to read off some of the benefits of lemon balm. I've actually been enjoying lemon balm tea in the evening sometimes. It's a nervine, so it's really good at just relaxing your body, and it has a pleasant lemony scent that can be uplifting. So it can relax your body and uplift your mood. And that's what I love about lemon balm. I'd say out of all the herbs that I've learned about, this is my favorite one. So let's look in my big book of herbal medicine and see what it's all about. So I'm just going to read directly from the book for the medicinal uses. Lemon balm is commonly used for nervous system complaints such as nervousness, anxiety, stress, headaches caused by nervous tension, agitation, especially for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and ADHD, which we might have some of that going around this house, and stress-related digestive complaints and illness that affects the nervous system, including chronic fatigue and depression. Along with these benefits, it includes improvement in concentration and cognitive functioning. It also increases It also increases the flow of bile into the liver and aids in fighting off viruses. So it's antiviral as well. And there are safety precautions with this herb. As always, if you're going to be using any kind of herbs, it's good to do your own research or check with your medical provider just to make sure it's safe with like medications that you're taking, because they can have interactions that are not good. Lemon balm, according to this book, is considered safe except for those with hypothyroidism. So if you're on thyroid medication, you should definitely check with your doctor before consuming any lemon balm. So that's it. This is the lemon balm mead. I hope this video was useful, and I will be back with this mead in a few months, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.